So we find ourselves now at a time when the common question is, will newspapers survive? Or perhaps the revised question is, how long will newspapers survive? And I guess you can answer that question several ways depending on how you view the question. What's your perspective?
What we are experiencing these days are one of the most radical changes in how information is produced, stored, and distributed in the world. The important thing to understand is that the old models of media and journalism cannot work in this new environment. And so what I mean is that if a television station thinks that it can keep doing the old model, it will not fit in this environment. Newspapers are suffering a lot these days, the consequences of that, of the disruptive force of the digital media.
I think, sadly, that many companies that have been in the news gathering business for more than a century may very well die because they continue to think they're in the newspaper business, or they are culturally unable to affect change of culture. Many find themselves operationally paralyzed right now. Many would be better off selling to someone who has the energy, ideas, or long-term commitment to salvage the franchises.
I talked today about the evolution of the Tribune's content model, how we came to decide to start this nonprofit, nonpartisan news organization, and after a little bit more than 3 years where we are. I'm very optimistic about journalism, so my hopes for the future are many. You know, many people think this is a bad time to be going into this business. I tell college students all the time, there's never been a better time. This is an era of entrepreneurship in the news and in journalism. If you have a good idea, that good idea can carry you across the line, and it used to be much harder to break in and to have an impact. So I think that it's democratized the media, and it's a great thing and a hopeful time to be doing this.
As I said, we are primarily a destination website, but one of the features of our model has been that we give our content away to anybody who wants it. The newspapers of the state don't have very much money to pay.
I'm looking to figure out a way to get more people talking in a responsible and civil way about the issues that we face. Not necessarily people who already agree, but people who don't agree, because that's where the hard work of democracy is done. And these digital media networks, these social channels and organizations like ours are an opportunity for people to convene and to discuss virtually the big issues that they face. And I think that's a constructive thing for our community.
My hopes for what people take away from this today is a better understanding of the evolution of journalism, the place of journalism in digital media, and how important it is that journalism is a part of the future of digital media.
So I learned a lot. It was very informative. Each of the speakers brought new information to the table.
And I have never, ever had such a great view, a broad view of journalism as I did today. It was like another master's degree.
As far as this kind of presentation, I think, you know, the great thing that I have found about Sage and Olli is that there is no characteristic presentation. It's so broad, you know, and you're sharing it with people who are engaging and intellectually curious, and it keeps your intellectual curiosity moving. And so it's just a wonderful experience, both the people and the programs that we are exposed to.